the thing. You gotta play the whole thing.
I'll play the whole thing. Well, Pablo's here. Sure, we can do. Can you sing the? Anything is possible.
Oh, right. I'm like, I know that. What is it? I don't. You can just play it.
We'll just play it. Well, it's just the same thing over and over again. What else can we do? We'll just play something. Yeah, we'll just play something.
Yeah, go for it.
Did he tell you he's going to be away? I think he's.
He was here with Attila rehearsing earlier, and I think he's just late.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Elevate duo. Thank you, Pablo Cardenas on piano and Peter Dowse on electric bass. Wow, that was really good. What was that? I don't know what that was.
That was Michelle Camillo.
So people online can hear.
That's a Latin jazz standard called One More Once by Michelle Camillo from Dominican Republic.
Oh, that was so cool. Thank you so much. So just a slightly more chill beginning to the evening with our super chill crowd. And some big hellos happening because we finally have someone back in the house that hasn't been here for some time. They call her the tambourine girl, Stephanie. Welcome! All right, so here we are at another Elevate at VTC on another Wednesday. Welcome everyone who is here in person and to everyone who's tuning in online. What is it that we are here for tonight? We are here to come together to basically remember that there is only one thing going on. And so whether we call this thing love or creativity or joy or energy or God or something else, that is so much less important than really embodying this thing. This energy that is the very essence of everyone and everything, that moves and grooves its way in, through, around, and as everyone and everything, everywhere and everywhen. And so we're coming together because even though we can really get into this on our own, in our favorite meditation chair, at our candle, our altar, or whatever, it can be so much better and so much more amplified when we come together in community to experience that interconnectivity that is always there, but sometimes we can feel it a bit more when we're together in the room, when we're together online. So this is what we're doing. We're coming together to more fully experience and express as the love we are, the energy we are, the creativity we are, the artistry we are, whatever it is that you want to call, whatever source means to you, this is what we're doing here tonight. So how does that sound on a Wednesday evening here at VTC? Fantastic. So let us also remember where it is that we are gathering on the lands, that we are gathering on Lekwungen territorial land, the land of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations, whose enduring stewardship of the land, sky, and sea sustains all life that flows through here. What a blessing, gift, and privilege it is to be able to live and breathe and work and play and experience together on these lands in the shared spirit of harmony, respect, and love. So may our community uphold this legacy of care and interconnectedness that the Lekwungen peoples have and continue to embody in all that we learn and manifest here. Haichka. So now it's time for a little bit more music with the Elevate Trio. And so, yeah, gentlemen, take it away.
Did you feel like they needed a rousing sing-along? No. All right. Let's not do
The
that.
guys played something.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was still. But you didn't play tambourine yet? Not yet. All right. All right. We'll find it. It'll happen.
just taking a few moments to remain in that frequency, in that vibration, and that outpouring of love and beauty and artistry. Allowing ourselves the gift and blessing of connection. Of allowing ourselves the gift and blessing of stillness, of quiet, of being fully present to what is happening right here, right now. In the room, in our bodies, in our hearts. And as we focus our attention on our hearts, knowing that everyone and everything here is interconnected, let us bring into our hearts someone we know could use some affirmative prayer or some spiritual support. And let us hold these beautiful beings, these souls, these beloveds in our hearts, focusing only on the wholeness, allness, and wellness of their being. And as we focus individually on our beloveds, that focus collectively amplifies all of that knowing in every now moment. And so just continuing to hold our beloveds in our hearts, even after our time together today has come to a close. Knowing that the love that has been so fully expressed and received continues to be a gift that blesses from one now moment to the next. So for all of the love that is present, for all of the love that is yet to come, I am so eternally grateful and have such deep reverence and appreciation for the divine intertwinglement that is always alive and active and well in every single moment. So I release, I let go, and I bask in this beautiful, brilliant divine flow as together we affirm, and so it is. So receiving a big cleansing breath in, and release. Gently opening our eyes. And let's express our appreciation to the band. Amazing. And look at what you guys did. You manifested some more people. All right, so Pablo, yet another tune. What was that?
The song's called When Summer Comes by Oscar Peterson.
When Summer Comes by Oscar Peterson. All right, thank you. Some Canadiana. Okay, well, that's it for music for a while, so if you gentlemen want to sit down, please feel free. What's that?
I wanted to play more tunes.
You're gonna play more tunes. All right, so moving on to our theme for the month, which is connection, and our affirmation to go with, which is we nurture relationships and curate experiences to cultivate wholeness. That's right off our VTC ValYous Compass. And so now is an opportunity for us to just open up to what is this looking like for us? What does this feel like for us? What is connection? How is connection informing our relationships and our experiences in life? And so now there is an opportunity for anyone to share something into community. If there's something that is on your heart that you would like to give voice to, because I could stand here and talk, but I don't need to. Yeah, Maggie. All right, and I'm going to fix this cord while you're speaking. Thank you.
We nurture relationships and curate experiences to cultivate wholeness. Let me see if I can find the words. It's like resonating so deeply within me right now. I have been doing one-to-one work with people for 3 decades. But I'm in a pivot to work with the power of the circle. And I've always known this, but I just am experiencing it on deeper and deeper levels, because in the power of those relationships, we hold up mirrors to each other. And we see, in the mirror, we see different facets of ourselves. And that connects us to our wholeness, right? Because and it even shows up in like how a certain part of me shows up in this relationship with my friend, and a different part of me shows up here with my children, and another part of me shows up here as a daughter, as a wife, as a sister, as a friend. In different ways, these different facets of me show up, and then I'm just in love with the power of the circle when we're being very intentional about transformation and holding up mirrors for each other. And the transformation is deeper, stronger, faster. It's creative. It goes from laughter to tears like really fast. And I love the power of that. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm actually going to leave the mic with you just in case someone else wants to say something. Thank you. I am hearing an incredibly powerful shift, not just for you, but for everyone you draw and attract into your orb, your circle, for this deepening of connection and deepening of relationship, and even sort of exposing of the different facets, like you said, with the holding of the mirror, that aren't necessarily possible in just a one-on-one connection. So congratulations, and congratulations to everyone that is going to be experiencing that with you, and thank you very much for sharing that, Maggie. Yeah. Coralina?
Yes. I want to piggyback a little bit off of what Maggie said, and nurturing relationships, curate experiences to cultivate wholeness. What I'm noticing in my life recently are the different archetypes of, and I'm going to speak to women in my life, and with International Women's Day being recent as well. And I have friendships from as young as 11 years old to as old as 92. And what I'm noticing is the more I cultivate the spectrum of all of the ages in my friendships and connections in my life, the more it helps me become whole and recognize that I am also all of those things.
Oh,
So
love that.
That's what comes up for me, yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Thank you. Just seeing all the aspects of yourself. I'm very similar to what you just said, but being able to notice it in all the different ages, and just, you know, Coralina, but reflected by all these different people. Yeah, thank you. Some beautiful shares, ladies. Thank you very, very much. So for the rest of the month and beyond, but especially for this month of connection, I invite all of us to just lean into this affirmation, this pillar statement, and even just the topic, the theme of connection, and just what does that feel like? What does that look like? What does that mean? What are the stories that we, tell around connection? And what does it really, really mean to feel genuine, authentic connection in our life? What I'm hearing from both of you is like big time alignment in what it is you're noticing and how it's making you feel, and the wholeness, that you're experiencing as a result. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so to that, time for a little talk. So a few months back, we had a breathwork experience here with Jonathan Roberts. It was the breathwave experience. I know that one person was here for that for sure. You were here? Okay, so a couple of people who were here for that. And do you guys remember someone mentioning they weren't exactly sure what they saw a little snippet somewhere online, Instagram or something, with Zach Bush, and he was talking about authenticity, and that authenticity generates 40 times more energy, a higher frequency than love or joy or gratitude alone. So I've seen this little snippet a few times, including when I was away in Nashville at the beginning of last month at the live event that I was at. And so I was curious about where does this information come from, or where does this little excerpt come from? And so I eventually found it about a week ago, and I found the whole 2-hour interview with Zach Bush and this guy called Alex Zek, who has a podcast called The Way Forward. You know it? Or you just, yeah, no? Okay, yeah, no, I see Stephanie nodding her head, and it was just like, in agreement, or you've heard? Because I've only heard this one episode, and it is incredible. And there was so much stuff in there that was informing stuff in our, oh, right, because I talked about it in the prayer class, that is informing our prayer class that Stephanie is in, right. And so anyway, so there was a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to bring into Sunday's talk that I just kind of veered off in a slightly different direction, to the point where I didn't use the quote that ended up informing the name of the title of the talk, and so I never mentioned the title of the talk. And it was like, oh my God, there's a whole thing here on connection that I missed. So I want to back up just a little bit, and I just want to read this definition about forbs or weeds that I found online. Forbs are herbaceous flowering plants that are not grasses, sedges, or rushes. They're also called broadleaf plants, wildflowers, or weeds. They are rarely a dominant species in a plant community, except when climatic or human disturbance events allow a species to become an invasive, noxious weed. Okay, so on their own, they're just doing their own thing, but they can become a poisonous plant or a poisonous invasive weed if humans interfere and cause conditions where this is what the plant has to do. Why is this significant? Well, let me tell you part of a story that's in this interview with Zach Bush and Alex Zek. So Dr. Zach Bush, for those of you who don't know, not only was he a doctor, not only was he a midwife, but he's also a farmer, and he's like super into regenerative organic farming, and he is all about the interconnectivity of everyone and everything on the planet, whether we're talking about nature, whether we're talking about humanity, anything else, and ultimately, there's no separation, there's no difference, there's just this one thing called life. And so he's telling this story in the interview about how in Minnesota there was a species of weed, of this like massive, insanely large, like tall as a Christmas tree kind of weed that could erupt in these farmers' fields where there were these monocrops of whatever being grown, and it would only take weeks for them to go from nothing up to like Christmas tree, size, and they had these massive woody stalks and thorns, and they were so hard to get rid of. And because they were so massive, and because they're so incredibly sturdy, that they actually wreck farm equipment. So combines can't go over them, and tillers and whatever, like they will wreck the machines. And so the farmers had to go out in the fields and manually collect these weeds out of the fields so that they could actually do their farming. And so they had to glove up, they had to go with chainsaws or hacksaws or something. They came back all bloody after pulling these things out of the ground. And at some point in this one area on this farm, they decided that, you know what, this isn't working for us, so we're going to shift gears and we're going to switch to regenerative organic farming with no more spraying, and we're going to mix things up. So instead of just having, almonds or corn or whatever it is that they were growing, they started introducing a whole bunch of different types of crops. They did about like 50 different types of ground cover. And within 2 seasons alone, what this one particular farm experienced was these weeds completely disappeared and everything thrived, while across the fence or across the highway or whatever it was, super near, where they were still doing their monocropping and whatever with the sprays, these weeds were growing like crazy, right? Now, not my story, his story, so if you want to hear the story, listen to the interview because it's a really, really good interview. But the point there is, what's the point? On the one side, this is what they decided to do, while on this side, this is what they continued doing, and they continued experiencing this experience of these crazy weeds. So Zach Bush says, whether we're demonizing the microflora, our microbiome in our bodies, or we're trying to micromanage the ecoflora, nature sort of on the outside, we're going to continue to fall short that you are of nature, nature is you. You can't divorce yourself from nature. Now, it's really interesting because when you look up the definition of nature in the online dictionary, the very first definition that pops up, which is one that he actually says in the interview, the phenomena of the physical world collectively, including plants, animals, the landscape, and other features and products of the earth, as opposed to humans or human creations. So in that definition of nature, humans are not included. Humanity is considered separate from nature. And yet, if there's only one, how is it possible that we could be separate from nature, right? So Zach Bush says that nature deficit disorder is a big, big thing in a lot of cultures. Not so much in indigenous cultures because they kind of know what's going on, but in Western cultures, that there is this deep wound of humanity that is ultimately caused by a deep division or divorce from nature. So because we don't see ourselves as the tree, the grass, the ocean, the rain, the clouds, because we see ourselves separate from it, that disconnect keeps us separate from it, and then that's when we kind of don't understand that whatever we do impacts nature, and that nature is always impacting us. And if we could only get back to this knowing, this understanding, this truth, that everyone and everything is not only interconnected, but is part and parcel of the one thing that is going on, then it means that we are nature and nature is us. And when we do things like monocropping, when we do things like spray, when we do things that are so out of harmony and integrity with the order and intelligence and beauty of nature and how it wants to flourish and evolve, nature is going to do whatever it possibly can to get our attention so that we stop doing whatever it is that we're doing, shift our attention back to the connection, to the interconnectivity, to the wholeness that is always, always present, so that we can live in harmony and with integrity with nature and nature with us. So the question here is, what if we stopped looking at weeds or disease as an attack on us and instead looked at them as life trying to reintegrate, reharmonize, and rebalance itself? And so Zach Bush says, when you stop trying to hack the universe and start trying to receive from the universe, it changes your neurologic system, it changes your immune system, it changes your overall psychology, it shifts your philosophy. So I just want to take a moment and just sort of like put that question out there to you. Have you ever experienced something that feels like it's a massive challenge or an obstacle, or like, oh my God, why is this happening? Only to realize later on down the road, oh my gosh, what a gift and blessing that was. Because had I not experienced that, had I not been hit upside the head with that experience, then I may have continued going along in this non-integrous and non-harmonious way of living. Has anyone here experienced that? Yeah, okay. And so is it a gift and a blessing when you sort of realize, oh my God, you know, like this actually wasn't as bad, or, okay, I'm not going to minimize anything, I'm not going to trivialize anything, because I myself had a massive experience in the summer when I hit my truck. I ran my truck into a retaining wall, a stone retaining wall. I literally hit a wall. Not the metaphorical kind of like, oh, I'm so tired and exhausted, I hit a wall. I literally hit a wall, right? Is my preference to have not hit that wall to learn all the lessons and the insights I got? Yeah, that's my preference. But am I grateful and do I appreciate that that happened because I got all those lessons and insights? 100%. And the reason that that happened was because I wasn't paying attention. Because I wasn't being in integrity with who and what I am. I wasn't in integrity with the wholeness that I am at my core. And so I kept separating myself. I kept disconnecting myself. I kept trying to like push harder and harder and harder. Do, achieve, 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 right? Prove, prove, prove. I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy. Look at me, I'm right here. Instead of just showing up as who and what I am and going like, take it or leave it. You know, it doesn't matter what you think about me because I know who and what I am. I love who and what I am. As Don Miguel Ruiz says, I am the love of my life. But I need some big reminders every now and then to remind myself of that, to keep paying attention to that. So anyway, when you stop trying to hack the universe and start trying to receive from the universe, it changes your neurologic system. You literally start to think differently, okay? It changes your immune system. You don't get sick as often. You don't get caught, you don't get attacked by the bug or the flu or whatever it is that's going around, right? Is there something going around, really? Like, that's a serious question, okay? Because if it was always about germs or about bacteria or whatever, we would be getting sick all the time. Everybody would be getting as equally sick from everything all the time, right? Because we're all together, we're all hanging out in the same germy, bacteria, virus-ridden air. So why do some people get sick and why do some people not? Why for some people is it 24 hours and for some people it's 3 weeks? Why do some people end up in the hospital, on respirators and whatever? And again, not trivializing anybody's experience, but genuinely asking, why is it such a different experience for people? Well, because when we are in harmony with who and what we are, when we live in integrity with nature and everyone and everything around us, there's no defensiveness, there's no resistance, there's just flow, there's rhythm, right? So weeds and microbes aren't the problem. The pervasive belief that we are separate from the rest of nature, from God, is really and truly what requires tending. And so going back to that quote, I just lost it. Going back to the quote, where he says, whether we're demonizing the microflora or we're trying to micromanage the ecoflora, we're going to continue to fall short that you are of nature and nature is you. You can't divorce yourself from nature. And just like you can't divorce yourself from nature, no one and nothing lives in a vacuum. You can't divorce yourself from connection. And that is the title of my talk. And isn't that the cutest picture of that little girl with that big cedar tree, I think, judging by the bark? And so at the root of all addiction, apparently, is abandonment disorder. And at the root of all perceived separation is the perceived disconnect from God. Now, the disconnect never happens. We just think it does, right? Like, if there's only one, there's only one. We can never be disconnected from the one because that's all there is. If we were disconnected, there'd be more than one, right? So in the end, we cannot divorce ourselves from connection because there is only one. One breath, one life, one love, one dynamic energetic flow that is the very beingness, the very essence, the very foundation, the very interconnectivity of everyone and everything. And the more we consciously, consistently, and reverently shift our awareness to the authenticity of being and the inherent interconnectivity of life, the less our body, our psyche, and other aspects of nature will demand our attention in order to embody that truth. And the more integrated, harmonized, and balanced our life experience will naturally be. Thank you, and so it is. Oh, someone whistled? Wow. Oh, right on. I just want to look at that girl a little bit more. Anyway, now it's time for some conscious connection. Thank you for your attention. And now is an opportunity for you to get into groups of 2, 3, 4. Everyone want to get together tonight because we have a small and mighty in-house group. That's up to you too. Yeah, have at it, and I will ding the meditation bowl when it's time to come back. Thank you. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. All right, everyone, come on back. All right, the guys are coming back to the stage, and I'm going to hand out the You Are Beautiful blessing box. So grab an affirmation, then pass it along to the next person. All right. Okay, and so as that affirmation and blessing box is going around in the other direction, the abundance bowl is going to make its way around. And so I am placing my offering in the abundance bowl for tonight, my investment in this experience called Elevate and community coming together at VTC. And so I invite you to do the same. The bowl is going to come around, and whether you are placing something physically in the bowl or not, I invite you to just spend a few moments with the bowl and at least put an intention for yourself and for our community for abundance and prosperity, knowing that the generosity that lives within us can never run dry. All right? So I'm going to pass it over for this side. Thank you very much. And then just before the gentlemen play something new, I'm going to invite us to turn our eyes towards the screen here, towards our generosity affirmation, and just to anchor us in the spirit of giving, I'm going to invite everyone to place hands on hearts, and let's declare this generosity affirmation together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By embracing generosity with enthusiasm and delight, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is. Gentlemen.
We thought we would do a tune for you about connection and about how nice it is to see you all and how we've missed you, Stephanie. And it's called The More I See You. Thought we'd feature Peter a little on this one. A Peter feature. The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh, I've become more mad about you, more lost without you. And so it goes. Can you imagine how much I love you? The more I see you, as years go by, I know the only one for me could only be you. My arms won't free you, my heart won't try. but only be you. My arms won't free you. My heart won't try. My arms won't free you. My heart won't try.
The Elevate Trio. Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse on electric bass, and Kelby MacNayr vocals and drums. Every Wednesday. Oh my God, how blessed are we? And you know what? I say every Wednesday, and we're going to be missing Kelby the next 2 Wednesdays. Dun, dun,
Right.
dun.
Womp, womp, womp.
Because he's
I'll
going
miss
to
you all.
Hawaii again.
I mean, I'm working hard. I'm doing some studying at home.
Okay. All right.
Although I am going to try to write a new album. That's the plan.
Okay. All right.
Pacific Islands, reflecting.
Okay. So, Kelby, we will miss you. But
I'll
next
miss
week
you.
we have Cyril, right? Cyril
Actually,
Loida.
we have
No?
Nicolas Marquez.
Oh, next week. Okay.
Yeah, for the 2.
Oh, for both?
Mhm.
Okay. We have someone new who's going to be here who hasn't been
Yeah.
here before.
Yeah, he's a wonderful Colombian percussionist who works with Pablo on numerous different projects and sometimes works with all of us playing congas, but he also plays drum set beautifully. So we're excited to have him.
Wow. Amazing.
Mhm. And
All right.
What harsh? Don't
All
listen
right.
to him.
Okay. Well, we will miss you, and we look forward to Nicholas.
Yes.
Yes, okay, fantastic. All right, so make sure you come the next 2 Wednesdays because there's going to be something new happening here. Okay, so VTC events, there's lots happening in the sanctuary, even for the rest of the month. And so if you're interested in any in-house events, those are the ones in the blue, or the community at large events, those are the ones in the pink. Please go to the VTC events page on the website, and you can find all of the information there. Registration, times, all that kind of stuff, okay? There's lots of good stuff happening. And third Saturdays of the month, there will be time. Third Saturdays of the month, 90 transformational breath work happening here. There are some spots left, so if you would like to join, then please let me know. The journey that we are doing this month is a beautiful down regulation journey called Anchoring in Presence. All right. And for members, if you haven't already, please mark your calendars for Sunday, April 12th, 1 to 3 p.m. after Celebrate. It is our 2026 VTC Annual General Meeting. Your presence is essential, all right? And it's going to be a good one. There isn't a lot of heavy-duty business this year, so it's going to be a lot lighter than the last 2 years. Community announcements.
I was just going to say that not only will Nicolas Marquez be here, but we'll have a guest vocalist too.
That's right. In 2 Wednesdays, Coralina Shante. Ooh!
25th. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Hearing your voice in our space again.
Say what? It's going to be great.
All right, and if you can't wait for 2 weeks, come on Sunday, because Coralina's going to be singing here on Sunday as well. Yay! All right, any community announcements? Anyone have something they want to invite people into? Not this week. Okay. Oh, okay, all right, hold on. No, online people. The online people won't hear. Yeah.
Okay, so if you haven't already heard, I've been working 2 years with my creative partner on a song that I wrote over 10 years ago called Speak Up Child. And we basically need as many people on board with supporting us as possible. And what that looks like is following us on Facebook or Instagram at Speak Up Music. We've just applied for a $30,000 grant with Canada Council of the Arts. We also have an option to donate to the project itself. So the concept is creating a global anthem, eventually having it in multiple languages to help raise awareness for childhood abuse and break the silence through voices and music. So it's a big one. I do have little QR codes if anyone wants, and it'll get you straight to the Instagram. So
All right. You need to post something in the so that people can just,
Okay,
you know,
yeah, I can do that.
scan something. Yeah. All right. Fantastic. Anyone think of anything? No? Okay. Great. All right. Well, then that's it. So we are now going to have a, you know, peppy, fun, lovely song. So I'm going to invite people to stand up if you would like to, and let's all love each other up. Tambourine is back.
That's what we've been missing.
Woo! Is this on? There we go. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. All right, everyone, go ahead and bless your neighbor for the week. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in online. We would love to be here with you in person, but no, that's not possible. So thank you for tuning in on YouTube. All right, everyone, you want to come back and let's close this out. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. One last time. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. Woo! Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another Elevate at VTC, in person, online. Thank you to Pablo, to Peter, to Kelby. Thank you to Glenn and Liam on tech. Thank you to everyone tuning in online. Thank you to Denise for greeting. And oh my gosh, if I'm forgetting someone, I'm so sorry, but thank you to the VTC community for being here in person. We love you, we appreciate you, we are so glad you're here, and we will see you next week.